Hey everyone, welcome back to Divya Studio. In today's video, we will be painting 10 easy watercolor flowers. You can paint these flowers easily by just following very simple tips, which I will be sharing with you in this video. So let's get started. To start painting, we will be needing a watercolor paper, some watercolor brushes. You can use round brush, flat brush, and filbert brush. And I have some watercolor paints by Winsor and Newton brand. I generally use them for all of my paintings. So I will start with my first flower. I'm taking this filbert shape brush. You can see the shape of the brush. It's already round. I'm just wetting my paints first. I will start using this pink color first because I'm planning to paint my first flower, which is a rose flower. I'm mixing it with a little bit of orange and more of pink. Now I will start by making little small curves. You can see how small curves I'm making. As I'm painting rose flowers, so you can see the center part of the flower, and then now I'm just spreading the color. Just gently spreading it and making curve lines. I don't need to take a lot of color. I'm just using simple water and just spreading the color in the shape of the petals. It's a simple flower which you can easily make yourself. And just don't worry about the perfection. You can just paint it as you like it. Just you see that you can start with the darker shade in the center and then just spread it around. And now I'm adding like a little bit of orange to give the two-tone effect to my flower. By just gently spreading the color. Now moving on to my next flower, I am taking this round shape brush which is from Princeton brand. This is 10 number brush and this is perfect for painting flowers. I'm using burgundy red to paint this rosebud. You can leave some spaces when I'm painting the flower. You can see the white spaces which I'm leaving. I'm just adding the extra color as well and just pulling out the color to give that light effect. See how I'm pulling out the color from the flower? You can get that dark and light shades. Now adding some green stem. Now moving on to my next flower, I'm planning to paint a daffodil kind of shape. So I'm using my yellow, and here this is chrome yellow color. Just spreading the color and in the shape of the flower petals. See how I'm curving my brush and just leaving some white spaces in between. See how I'm spreading the color and adding some more orange on top of it to give that yellow and orange shade. I'm just dropping off the color and now I'm pulling out some color, adding some green to it. And I'm adding some yellow shade to the stem as well. I'm using sap green color and I'm adding some yellow chrome color to it. For my next flower, I'm taking some blue, cobalt blue, indigo blue and a little bit of black. I'm just mixing all the three colors to get my own blue shade. And I will be painting some tiny petals in this flower. And this is a round shaped flower. So you can see how I'm painting the petals. Just spreading out my color in thin lines, adding more blue to it, to give that 2 to 3 tone shades. It's a very easy flower, you can try yourself. Just leave some white spaces in the center, and when you have to pull out the color, just pull it out with the clean brush and add some indigo blue to give that darker tone in the flower. I'm adding indigo blue on top of it to give the darker shade. For my next flower, I've taken the darker pink color. It's more of a magenta color. Now this time I'm painting a random shape of the flower. I'm taking very light pigment and more of water. I'm pulling out the color to give the lighter shade first and adding yellow in the center. I'm using chrome yellow. And just see how I'm adding the darker tone of the color, of the magenta color, on just the edges of the flower petal. I'm just spreading them out. Now I'm adding some indigo blue to paint the center of the flower. For my next flower, I am taking an orange color. It's mainly scarlet orange, and I'm just spreading it in a open petals way. I'm painting these open petals and adding some pink to it just to give some shade. You can see how I'm moving my brush, adding a green stem to it. You can paint these flowers very easily if you will just move your brush in the shape of the petals. So for my next flower, I'm taking some pink color and I'm mixing it with some orange to give a more warmer shade. I'm adding some brown. See how I'm making the color. I'm planning to paint a tulip. So I've just started with the center petal and I'm making some curves around the center. Just observe that how I am using the color and how I'm pulling out the color when I'm taking the pigment and water. You can see the ratio of the color and water. And now I will add some details to the flower where I've already painted the base layers, which is dried now, and now I will be adding some darker shade of the color on top of the base layer, which is already dried. And see how I'm giving details to the existing layer. I'm just adding a drop of darker shade of the color. Now moving on to my next flower, I'm painting this bluebell shapes. See how I'm using this indigo blue, a very lighter shade of blue, and adding a little bit of red to it. Now I will paint the stem. I'm using just the tip of the brush to paint the stem. It has to be very thin. I'm using this green, sap green color, and I'm just using the tip of the brush to give that very thin look and delicate look to the stems. See how I'm curving my brush to give that look. It's very easy. If you will try once, you will get it right. Next I will paint a red wildflower. I'm just using this delicate flower, just painting the flowers first, and then I add stems to it. Just joining all the flowers together. So my next flower is the wildflower, which is scarlet flower, you can say, or the cardinal flower is also the name of this flower. See how I'm using my brush to paint a very small petals and in random shapes. You know, you need to see some angles of the flower. Some are bending down, some are looking up, and then again the same thing, joining them with the stems. So first paint the flower and then you can join them with the stems. For the stem, use the tip of the brush, so you will get a very thin stems. And see how I'm pulling it out, pulling the color out to give that lighter shade. And next I will add some details to my existing flower, which I've already painted. See how I'm using just the tip of the brush to add some fine lines in the flowers. I'm using a darker tone of orange or red, you know, the same colors but just the dark tones to give that nice details to the flowers. When the flowers are already dried, you can paint these details, thin lines, and just add whatever details you like to add in the flowers. You can use white, you can use yellow. And this is how I'm done with my 10 easy watercolor flowers. Just try them using my simple techniques. And if you like the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. I'll see you in my next video.